Alright, here we go. Welcome back. We are back with more Overwatch League action. So, Stage 1 just ended a couple days ago. And boy, was it an interesting playoffs. We had some very not close games, we had some very close games. And the best game of them all was the grand finals between the Vancouver Titans and the San Francisco Shock. So, I really wanted to make this video, and I know that some people, at least some people I know, weren't able to watch the game. So, you can obviously watch it on Twitch or Overwatch League website. But I thought I would do an analysis of this because it was a very, very good match. Maybe the pinnacle of GOATs. Some people are calling it the best match ever. I don't know if I would go that far, but it was a extremely entertaining and well played match. So, this is what we're going to be doing. We're gonna do like full spoilers because I mean people knew. So the Vancouver won this series 4-3. It was very back and forth. Either team could have pulled it out. Vancouver was able to just clutch it out in the end. But so we're gonna be going through. I watched pretty much the back half of the series. I watched it all live. I did miss the first couple maps though, and so yeah, we're gonna be taking a look at this, and I'm excited for this. Hopefully you guys are as well. And without further ado, oh yeah, it's also nice because they broke it down into all the different maps, so it should make navigating each different game a lot more interesting. Or not even more interesting, just easier. Alright, so they're counting down, and we're going to get into it. Alright, so we got GOATs. Mirror comps coming out, both rocking the Reinhardt GOATs. Pretty standard for Village on Nepal. The Vancouver opts for high ground. San Fran goes below. Here comes the poke fight. San Francisco, I like San Francisco's positioning a lot better here. I don't really understand going high ground for goats. I mean, maybe if you're gonna fight outside over there, it makes sense. But for this, it's like just go right to point. Cap almost comes through for San Francisco. Super goes low, but then they're able to back off and keep him up. Most of the percentage is gone, and then Super goes down early. That is going to spell disaster for San Francisco. I'm going to go back and see why. Okay, so he's got like 400 health. He gets choked down. He doesn't have the Discord on him right now. Alright, now he gets the Discord on him. And throws it back in. He's down to half. He's down really low. Okay. Yeah, so probably ill-advised recontest there from Super. You probably want to stay back a little more. Sinatra does throw out the grab. Somansu counters it. And Vancouver is going to win that battle because they have Reinhardt and San Francisco does not. So, Violet also used Transcendence there. So that's a pretty rough fight for San Francisco. Throwing out the grab isn't the biggest deal for Sinatra as long as you get Somansu to throw the grab, which he did. But then once you use the trance and then still lose the fight, you're in rough shape. Because as we can see, Vancouver's got that Shatter, but they also have the Diva Bomb and the Transcendence. Well, San Francisco, they're coming up on a bomb, and then they have a Sound Barrier and a Brigida. But Vancouver's ultimates are definitely a lot better. Vancouver Titans have won 53 of 57 team fights where Bumper landed the first elim. Wow. Pretty nuts. So, they engage with the self-destruct there. They're able to catch out Sinatra. That's pretty much going to spell the end of that fight. I mean, it's GOATs. A lot of times when you lose somebody, the other team will just get aggressive and push it down your throats. Vancouver is, of course, extremely good at that, so that is why they convert on that. It's a very good start for Vancouver. San Francisco looking a little bit discombobulated. And because Vancouver won the first fight, Somansu's able to retain energy. That second fight goes well for them again. You can see Sinatra's only at 33 on his grab. Somansu, 84. So this is going to bode very poorly for San Fran. Violet's getting very close to the Transcendence. A lot of poke damage. Super not getting much. He hammers down the Lucio, but they're not even able to follow up on it. Does get 2 support outs out of Vancouver, so that's a good start for them. Now they're just going to keep pushing in. Alright, now Violet is ready for that, so we'll see if they can withstand it. Rascal does get charged. That's a good play by Bumper. Alright, That should be a pretty big bomb combo. Yep. Takes down a couple. Twilight does get Violet, though. They're trading out a lot. San Fran should be able to win this. Sumonsu's fully charged, though. Twilight goes down. Interesting that did Twilight. We're gonna go back there. Did Twilight die with Trance, or did he get it just as he died? That's what we're gonna look at. Because if I'm him and it's like this fight, it's scrappy, there's a couple people left, and I can use my Trance, I'm popping it. 95, 98. Okay, no, he died right before he got it. That makes sense. But yeah, it looks like Vancouver will clean it up. Because they have high charge Zarya. And there's not really anything you can do about a high charge Zarya if you don't have your whole team with you. Yep, they're able to keep him off, and I don't think that one would have mattered anyway. So it's a very clean first fight for Vancouver. The main things I would look at for San Fran on that point was I wasn't a huge once they got pushed back to behind point, they were kind of playing in their split combos and then peeking back out and then going back and then peeking out. They were losing the poke fight consistently when they did that. They were doing well in the beginning of the fight when they were aggressive on the point and moved forward and were doing damage, but then Super took a little more damage than Bumper did and they had to back off. So on Sanctum, see if San Fran can bounce back. I think San Fran did. Yeah, San Fran did win this map, so they obviously made some adjustments. So coming out with Winston goats on Sanctum is pretty common. Yep, Winston's jumping over to the little mega pavilion or whatever you want to call that. Pretty standard here. Super jumping in from the point. That's a nice jump in. They're able to focus down Bumper. Vancouver definitely does not look as confident on Winston goats as they are on Ryan goats. I would definitely give San Fran the advantage on this point, even if I didn't know what the result was. Vancouver's strength is their Reinhardt goats. Alright, Violet gets a nice pick off onto Slime. And then they're going to be in a lot of trouble. Yep, they're in full retreat mode. Twilight gets caught out because he is as slow as Zenyatta. Sumonsu's not going to get out with energy. And yeah, so as bad of a start as it was for the Shock on the first point, we're pretty much in the same territory for Vancouver. Looking at the alts, Shock, they have the grab, they have trance, they're getting close to pretty much everything else. Vancouver, Bumper's still a ways away. Janu is very far away. If Sinatra hits this grab early, he can get it before Twilight has his trance. Never mind, Twilight's at 99, so he's going to have it. But no Reinhardt shield, so if they hit the combo, which Triobin does have bomb, yep, there it is. Comes in. Here comes the bomb from Triobin. They're just going to focus down Bumper. Don't even need the bomb for it. Violet pops the trance, so they get aggressive. And yeah, Vancouver's not going to be able to withstand that. They catch Super, but they are going to have to back out, and Super can get back pretty quick. San Fran getting aggressive here, yeah, I like that, but I also like how quickly they pulled away because they had a very limited time to do that. Hacksaw was respawning, and I believe someone else was respawning. And like Janu, Sominsu, and I believe Bumper were trying to get out. So I like the call to get in there and try to get a kill on them. But if you don't get a kill on them within a couple seconds, you have to get out because then the respawns are going to come in. You don't have your Winston, and you lose. So that was a really nice disengage, good shot call by San Francisco. Jano going very low. He does have that self-destruct, so he can always get his mech back. But yeah, Bumper going down again. Definitely not as solid on the Winston as he was on Ryan, at least at this point in the season, at least in the context of GOATs. Of course, Winston play is very different if we're not playing it in GOATs. Nice focus fire there onto Hacksaw. His shield, he's got a shield, but it can only do so much. Super putting down the bubble to survive that. Yeah, it looks like it'll be a clean 100-0 Bumper jumping in. But yeah, there comes the Graviton, which is ineffective. So, pretty freaking dominant. Both points were very dominant. This actually makes me wonder what would happen if Vancouver played Philadelphia. Even though Philadelphia got absolutely smacked across the face by San Francisco in their matchup. Because as we know, Fusion really like to run a bunch of Winston goats. Um, and it would be interesting to see how Vancouver fares against them. Of course, Vancouver probably wouldn't run the Winston goats into them; they'd run Ryan against it. But um, yeah, Vancouver definitely very shaky on that Winston goats. If I'm San Francisco, I'm choosing maps that are better for Winston goats because Vancouver will probably not be able to take advantage of it. So we got top down view. They're smashing into each other on point. Bumper goes really low right away. So that means that Super's going to have a slight advantage in all. Yeah, it's very slight. Um, but also Vancouver's going to have to back off. So Shock have superior positioning going into this fight. Sinatra not having a lot of energy right now. That's not great. He still has 5 seconds on his personal, and he's only at 24. He should be able to get some ultimate from Super, but yeah, you see Su's about 10% behind him. Oh, there we go. Sinatra catches up, and they're able to force strong arm them off the point long enough to cap. So that's really nice by San Francisco. Somitsu gets back ahead of Sinatra, but Sinatra gets right back. Sinatra, one thing I'll say for him, he did an excellent job this match of getting a ton of energy and keeping it. Oh, Violet pops the trance to keep up Super, but he can't keep him up anyway. We'll see if Sinatra's about to have grab. We'll see if he throws it in anyway. Choyobin goes pretty low. He does not have the combo quite yet. They do throw it in to kill Bumper. He goes low, but he's getting pocketed, and they can't get the follow-up. That is disastrous for San Francisco. The grab comes in the other side, but oh my god, what a slam by Super. He knew that Bumper wanted to get aggressive. He wanted to charge or swing into that grab. So he said, oh, your shield's down. 5 people on your team down. It's over. That's an excellent play by Super. Oh. Bit of a fail there by Super on the charge, but it's okay because he had an absolutely massive slam beforehand. Super played well this match. He really did. He got a lot of flack early on in the stage. I've been a bit critical of him. I think he's one of the weaker links of the team, but he did play really well in this matchup. I have to give him credit for that. So we got Grav and pretty much nothing for Vancouver. So all of a sudden it's looking really good for San Francisco. Vancouver, after the Grav came out and was ineffective from Sinatra and they didn't have Super back yet, that was their chance to win the fight and they did not do so. That's a nice combo there to get 2. Does the other combo get any? No, it does not. So it looks like they will eventually fall. Bumper used the Shatter. Didn't get a whole lot, I don't think. And, it's going to flip back. But for San Fran, you do like that start. Getting 89% is great. That means you basically just have to win one fight. And Vancouver might not even be able to get back if you cap it like that. And if they are, it's going to be on quick heroes, just like trying desperately staggering in. So you're feeling pretty good about it. Also, Vancouver, as you can see, they had to use Trance, they had to use Grab, they had to use Shatter, they had to use Brig, Bomb. They're pretty much only close to Lucio. San Francisco doesn't have a whole lot of resources either, but if Super can land another big Shatter, that will win them the entire round. We'll see how they want to play this. Alright, that's another great Shatter. He gets 3 down. He sees that Bumper's playing around the left corner. This is pretty simple, but we're going to go back and watch it. Because, alright, you see him setting up. Bumper's on the left. Look at Vancouver's whole team is there. Hacksaw, Zenyatta, Janu. I believe Slime was in there somewhere as well. Or maybe it was Sominsu over there. So Super's like, oh hey, you can't block this. Bang! 3 down, Sominsu. And 2 of the supports, they go down. And Bumper sees this happen. I believe he's going for a Shatter right here, or he's going to put up his shield. We'll see what he did. Okay, yeah, he just puts up the shield to try to block him. But look at the health that they've all lost. Slime, maybe if he gets the sound barrier off, maybe you can bring it back. But San Francisco engages sound barrier, so even if you use the barrier yourself, you're going to be a lot lower than them in terms of your percentage. And Twilight's not close to his trance, and then half, low, less than half. I mean, you're done. There's no way they should be able to win this. Alright, so the beat does come out, but again, they're still at a huge disadvantage. Twilight has to generate the trance for them to have a chance. He gets to 90, But Bumper does go down before that, and then Hacksaw goes down, and it doesn't matter after that. So, again, nice play by Super to take advantage of some weird positioning, I'll say, by Bumper. Maybe he was going for a, like, flanking pin? I don't know. Maybe the team just miscommunicated in general. Janu gets a touch in, and Vancouver does have some ultimates, so they're going to come in, but without a Diva Mech, they're already at a disadvantage. The Grav gets Super in it, but that's it. A counter Grav coming in. Transcendence used, so now Vancouver's used everything except Slam. They trade Reinhardt, so you don't have Slam anymore for Vancouver. You got nothing except the bomb if you can get there. And they are losing the poke battle hard. Choyobin throws in that Diva Mech. It blows off Janu, so he can't get a good bomb out of himself. And there it is. So, really nice bounce back by San Francisco there. Couple of big slams by Super, and then nice ult charge by all of them. It was just a really clean round. That round was very, very clean from San Francisco. They didn't waste ults. They punished positioning errors, and that's why they took the first map. So, we are going to head on over to Numbani. I did not see this this map at all. Oh yeah, watch this anti-grenade. So they get everyone in there, but Transcendence is out, right? Boom, he throws it in. Look at that. These three just disintegrate, and then the other three, they're also antied. He antied all 6 with this nade. And then it's over. So. But anyway, Danny giving a nice little report. Bumper is a feeder sign. I don't know about that one. He does feed at times, but is he like a feeder? No. He's still a very good player. I gotta limit my water use here. I can't blow through my water. All right. My chair lost a wheel, so it's not doing too great. I need to just super glue it back on. All right, so attack coming out from San Francisco. They are running goats. Vancouver is running goats. Sometimes you will see a Winston goats from the defenders, but as we saw before, Vancouver not too great at running goats with Winston, so they are opting for the Rhine battle here. So you can see the Rhine battle. Look at the charges from the Reinhardts. That's very important to note right away because both teams are going to engage right here, so they get a lot of swings in early. Super's already to 61. Bumper has a nice little 42 of his own. So now San Francisco has high ground. You see Violet's taking some damage here. We'll see if he can survive that. But right now, it's a little bit of an advantage for San Francisco. Rascal goes extremely low. He's getting a little bit of heals from Moth. Alright, he does get back to full. So we'll see how they want to engage this because they can't really jump on. Alright, so they're just going to ease their way onto point. Sinatra staying on the high ground to lay in some damage. Makes sense. Alright, extreme aggression from Vancouver coming out. Alright, no kills come out of it though. I like that call. Getting super aggressive. Oh my goodness, what a shatter. But, oh, okay, okay, so a couple of great plays coming out here. Alright, so you see, here comes Super. Boom. You see Bumper again. Bumper's over here. The whole rest of the team is here. So you could see Slime, Twilight, Sominsu, and somebody else. No, okay, it's just those 3. So those 3 are shattered. They're going to die in this situation. You got a high charge Zarya who's low, but he's still high charge. You got Super and Choyobin about to fire on him. Violet can shoot him from afar, so can Moth. But then watch what happens here. Janu knocks Super back. Hacksaw and Sominsu are going to die there. Or at least Sominsu is going to be extremely weak. Hacksaw was going to die there. But he boops him away. He's also body blocking the shots from Choyobin. This is a great play by Janu, and a lot of times you don't see plays like this and don't really notice them when they're live because everything happens so fast. So that is one of the reasons I like doing this. You get to see some of the little stuff that might not get noticed on the broadcast. And that's not a slight against the casters in any way or people that are watching, because Overwatch happens very fast. It is extremely difficult to see like everything that happens. Like you can't see everything that's going on. Especially in goats, like when two grabs come out, it's so hard to see what's going on, even for like coaches and professionals. All right, so Somensu gets really low, but then he gets the armor pack, so they do survive it. They're still at a severe disadvantage, but they have survived. They've survived that shatter because of Janu. So now they're going to go get aggressive. They've turned the fight. Violet coming out with the trance here, but Somensu hasn't used Grav yet. All right, the Grav gets both the tanks in it, so Sound Barrier is going to come in to prevent that, but the Sound Barrier is just not as good. Sound Barrier is just not as good. Oh, nice slam from Bumper there. Knocks down a couple, and they get the follow-up kills. So San Francisco only gets a tick out of that, and that's not good. That's not a good sign for San Francisco early on. They should have won that fight, but Vancouver did have to invest a lot. They used 4 of their ults. Well, 5. They used Trance as well, as long as those other 4. But they used Trance pretty early on, so Twilight was able to already build up to 68%. Sinatra, of course, just used Grab before he died, so he's at nothing. I mean, for San Francisco, you either get a huge Diva Bomb, Reinhardt combo, which you don't really get often in this, or you just have to wait. So they're probably just going to have to do an eco push here. Still got 2 minutes left. But you can see at this point, Twilight has built that next Zen ult, and Somensu is also doing good. Another nice slam. What? I really wonder, why is there's so many of these fights where Bumper's playing so far away from everyone. Okay, so you have Janu sitting on the high ground. Okay, that's fine. Everyone else is sitting on the high ground. So Bumper's coming down. He's going to contest. Okay, that's fine. I got no problem with that at all. Hacksaw, Somensu, and Slime are going to go with him, so that's good. Bumper gets knocked back by Rascal. And so then he's delayed coming down a little bit. So Hacksaw and Somensu are coming this way. Janu's also dropping down. Meanwhile, Bumper has dropped down here instead of right by Hacksaw and Somensu or right in Super's grill because of that boop. It kind of threw him off a little bit. So Bumper starts to migrate that way, but look, everybody else is migrating backwards over there. So again, it's really nice recognition by Super. He's very fast, because remember, this happens very fast in game. So Super in this match has been very, very quick to find these openings and capitalize on them. So bang, 2 people are shattered. Hacksaw does a nice job to stun and boop Super, so now all of a sudden Super's low. He has to worry about dying, so maybe he can't put as much damage into Somensu. We'll see if Somensu survives here. Yep, okay, so the trance comes out, and then Super's dead. So, excellent job by Vancouver. I mean, they turned a couple people getting shattered into an advantage for them. And that's the second time they've done it. Choyobin's going to take a dip off the edge. So, despite some nice plays by Super, that is one problem with like the spur of a moment shatter like that. The follow-up isn't quite ready. We did see Sinatra trying to burn down Somensu, so that was good, but they were not able to do it in time. Excuse me. Because Super, like I said, Super took a bunch of damage from Hacksaw, so he wasn't able to freely swing into it, and the trance did come in after that. Alright, Bumper has this shatter. Let's see what he does with it. Oh, he gets knocked off the high ground. That's absolutely huge. So they're just gonna have to go down. Yep, Janu taking a bunch of damage. He does have that bomb. So poke advantage going to San Francisco here, but they do top off Bumper really nicely. Alright, Grab comes in, the combo. Alright, it gets blocked, so nothing out of those combos. Grab coming in from San Francisco, and they're able to get a kill. But, oh, Super. Oh, okay. We're going to have to dissect this part too. A lot of stuff to dissect here. Alright, so the Grab comes in, gets a bunch of people. Here comes Violet from the high ground. That's a good play by Violet. Here he comes. He's saving the team. Bumper can't get a charge on a squishy because the meaty boys are in the way. Choyobin's shooting from the back. Moth's jumping around doing Lucio things. So, okay, this is all fine. This is all fine. Here we go. All right, so the grab comes in from Sinatra. Janu, in response, throws his bomb. Well, I think he threw the bomb a little bit before. So he's throwing this because it's a little bit chaotic right now. Maybe his mech was getting low and he wanted to re-mech. So he's going to force San Francisco to relocate because of this. Sinatra's going to have to use a bubble. Rascal and Super are going to have to use their shields. So Super's half at this point. Twilight does not have his trance yet, so Sinatra's burning down Twilight. They're trying to burn down the 3 in this graph. Alright, that all makes sense. So, again, another great play by Haxel. Super is going for a charge. Sinatra does pick up the kill on Twilight because he's high charge. Sorry, he just mows him down. But Bumper and Somatsu are still pretty healthy because there wasn't a ton of follow-up into that. Chobin's trying to hassle them in the back. But Super here, as we can see, he gets stunned, he gets whipped, and all of a sudden he's got 200 HP. And because Super's right here, setting up his charge, the Haxel knocks him over here. So he doesn't get his charge off, and all of a sudden he's 200 health behind enemy lines. He's not in the Lucio. He's not in Lucio's radius right now. Rascal is not going to be able to do too much to help him, and Violet can maybe give him a Nor, but at this point, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4 members are all looking at you. You're in trouble. And sure enough, boom, he goes down. Bumper immediately knows he's over here. He's dying. Whips around. Boom. Shattered. Shatters 3, and this fight is over. Right there. Rascal goes down. Moth goes down. And Choyobin's bomb gets nada. And it looks like a full hold. Choyobin gonna get staggered with just 20 seconds left. So that's a masterful defense by Vancouver. That was masterful. Couple of mistakes by San Francisco, but again, a lot of great plays from Haxel, and that's what you want to see from Brigida's. Brigida players, you want to take notice of that from Haxel, because that was great. That was absolutely great. Oh, Super does get a charge in, but there goes the trance. Choyobin's coming back on a non-optimal hero for this, and they're all just going to fall. So, yep, full hold for Vancouver. Great defense. But, yeah, again, that's what you want to do if you're a Brigida. You want to punish the Rhine for being aggressive. And I don't think that was necessarily Super's fault, because he did hit some shatters there, and of course you always want to follow up on your shatters with a charge or just swing. I mean, you'd rather swing into them, but if you need to take a charge out of it to kill someone towards the end, that's also fine. And Haxel just really punished him for that, and that's what you want to see from your Brigida player. Other than that, like San Francisco did not play that terribly. That was really good play coming out from Vancouver, for sure. Alright, so San Francisco is not going to opt to play the Winston Goats for defense either. They are swapping to the Rhine, so another mirror matchup. So here they come to the high ground. Yep, pretty standard here. Super throws in the Fire Strike. Does not get any all charge from that. I don't think Bumper got any either. I think he got his percentage from a swing. Alright, so Vancouver's going to rotate. San Fran rotates down. Oh, okay, nice counter rotation. Counter rotations from Vancouver. They save their speed boost to go back up. Super is able to charge back around though, and they catch out Slime, and it just kind of falls apart for Vancouver. So nice little mind games coming out from both teams there. I like that. Vancouver, you want to go straight down middle because that will be a surefire way to get the defenders to drop down, and then you disengage, you speed back around, but it did not work for them. Slime got a little bit too far out and got caught, and after that, it all kind of spiraled downhill. So, that is one good defense coming out from San Francisco. Vancouver will still basically have 3 attacks on here. So it's not time to panic yet if you're Vancouver. Somatsu's done a good job of getting energy. He has matched Sinatra. Twilight's a little bit ahead of Violet. Moth and Slime are pretty much equal, so dealing with a lot of the same stuff. One thing is the Shatter from Super. He throws it out. They get Somensu and Janu down. Finish off Somensu. That's great. Bumper's going to try to get aggressive, but without the support from his other two tanks, he's not going to be able to get much done, and that is it. So you lose Rascal and Violet, but Moth should be able to go back and grab them. And it's another one fight for San Francisco. So now for Vancouver, you only got 2 fights left, and all of a sudden you're like, whoa, this might be winnable for San Fran. They used the Shatter, but that's totally fine. They built 4 other ultimates in that, so that's exactly what you want to do. Vancouver is closer to getting all 6 ultimates together, but San Francisco still has everything they need to win this fight. Rascal going to pop the rally to get everyone a little bit more beefy. Hexal does the same. Janu gets a bit low. Sinatra realizes this. He's trying to demech him because then he has pretty much a free Grav. Grav comes out for Somitsu, but then it's countered by Twilight. Alright, let's see if they can get the combo. They drop it on their heads. They're not able to get the combo, though, and they lose Sinatra. Ooh. Alright, I want to look at that one again just because I want to see what happened there. So, yep, Grav. Yep. And then here comes Sinatra's Grav. Okay, so a lot to work with here. So Sinatra has been stunned. Janu is throwing in his bomb because he knows everyone on San Fran is going to be around here. He also, Jesus, I'm sorry. I keep yawning. I guess I'm more tired than I thought I was. All right, so Jobin laid his he's laid his bomb on top of Vancouver's fucking heads. So what Super wants to do here, of course, is to charge into it. Bumper has used his Shatter to knock down Sinatra. I don't know how he got Sinatra and no one else. But anyway, both of the bombs are out. Slime is going to throw down his sound barrier here because a lot of the players on his team can survive a Diva bomb if they are sound barriered right before it goes off. So it's a good play from Slime. So of course when you're trying to do the grab bomb combo, you want to take out the Rhine shield. So Super's coming in to charge, and Janu knows that. He knows Super's not going to have his shield up right now, so he's going to throw the grab into the back while the Earth Shatter's up as well. And that's pretty much where it goes wrong for San Fran, because Super charges forward but doesn't get Bumper, or maybe he does, because he did lose some health here. So yeah, it comes in, and look at that. The sound barrier had just come in from Slime. It's perfect timing. I don't know if it would have gotten anyone anyway. Yeah, I mean, because Twilight's right there. So yeah, and it gets Sinatra because he was shattered. He can't really do much. Super throws out his Shatter right after this. He does knock down Twilight and Somensu, but at this point it's too late. They still have a lot of health from that from the sound barrier, and with your main damage to your Sinatra gun, you're not going to have follow-up. Super himself is going super low. Rascal is really low, so it's just not meant to be. Moth throws down his sound barrier because you need to. This is it. You have to throw in all your ults right now, but it's just not going to be enough. They do not have the resources to win this fight. So again, there's nothing wrong with the sound barrier or the Shatter because that's the last fight. there's no reason you're not going to save that ultimate for the next map. But it's not going to be enough. As soon as you lose your Zarya in there, you're at a severe disadvantage. And Titans did a good job of following up on that. So, the combos were a little bit better for Vancouver there. San Francisco didn't get the big grab bomb combo that they wanted, and Vancouver was able to tie it up. So, I think that's when a lot of people knew we got a series on our hands. Oh, shoot. Misclick. Alright, Temple of Anubis. This map was a lot longer than Numbani. Interesting. Jobin did a little bit more damage. He took less damage, and he blocked a little more. So, looked like overall Choyobin played that a little bit better. Honestly, Choyobin he's got to be the most underrated guy on, There's this guy Moth though. I'm telling you, as we get later on in the series, Moth has some insane plays that I want to point out to you guys. Just absolutely showing what Lucio can do, and it might be the last time we get to see Lucio flex like this because he did receive a pretty decent nerf. So we're gonna see if we can get right to the gameplay. All right, here we go. San Francisco on the attack first. We are coming out with, who would have guessed it? It's Goats. Regular Goats mirror matchup. Again, when I was watching what I watched of this series, I thought it was super, super entertaining. I did not care that it was Goats. Sure, I love to see DPSs more than anyone. I would like to see more comps in the future, but I don't think Goats is the worst thing in the world. I'll just say that. But that being said, I want more Widow and Genji. Alright, so San Francisco rotates to up top. They fake going left. Now they're going to drop onto the point. And I like that strategy. I think it's probably the best way to do it here on Anubis. Like, they already get a tick out of it. Getting close to a second one, because Vancouver has to be very careful how they engage this. Alright, so you got Lucio's flying around trying to get boops everywhere. San Francisco easily winning the poke battle. Hacksaw should get focused here. He's way out of position. He takes a couple of hits, but he's not going to go down right away. Re-engage comes out from the tanks. Janu's still not getting a ton of heals. Sinatra does go down, though. Oh, that's a throw, boy. That's a throw. Violet pops his trance when two people are dead for some reason. And that is a big yikes from San Francisco. Uncoordinated. That looked uncoordinated. Cheobin is going to get staggered into next week. So now they do come out from the left side. Grav is going to come out because they know, oh, he did it again. Super did it to him again. Bumper. You gotta maybe hold it for a little bit there, bud. I know you want to damage into the Grav, but your Zarya will do that just fine. Alright, Grav comes in. It gets Hacksaw and Somansu on the other side. Bumper gets a nice pin on the Moth, though. And Super goes down. We'll see if the bomb gets to do anything. It does not. And it's another rough fight for San Francisco. So it was a nice grab by Vancouver. That's pretty much like a win right there because you know that Violet does not have his trance. But it's a great, great play by Super once again to punish the over-aggressive Bumper. Maybe not even over-aggressive, but just like the aggressive Bumper who wants to get these kills into this Grav. He just slams them all because he knows that their shields aren't going to be up. They're gonna want to get some kills, and he punished that. But it didn't matter in the end. They weren't able to follow up on the kills because they were in the Grav. And then they had lost too much health already from the damage that Vancouver was pouring into the Graviton. Violet does have his trance now. Rascal and Hacksaw pop their ultimates. Bumper uses his ult to not great effect. Somansu uses his and picks up 2 kills. Violet, again, not able to save their lives with the trance. Actually, I'm going to go back and see if they just died or if he could have saved them. I don't know if trance came out in time or not. Vancouver uses a lot of ults here. Bang. 1, 2, 3. They used 3 right in a row there. Okay, so Violet got stunned by the Shatter. Yeah, I believe that's him right there. So he's getting up right now, and Sinatra's nearly dead already, so that's why. Yep, that's why, and then Bumper comes in and hits the charge onto Rascal. So it's hard to blame Violet for that one. I won't like say that was a terrible decision by him. You know your team is going super low, and you think maybe I can save them. But right when he does the trance, it's too late for Sinatra, and of course Rascal also gets pinned out of it. So I would say that's more just unfortunate and unlucky than anything else. But yeah, I don't know. If I'm in a Grav when I'm Zen and I get shattered, I'm probably not pressing Q because you know that they're probably going to get the follow-up damage. on at least 1 or 2 people in your grav, so then your trance won't mean anything. So, a bit unlucky, just not great timing coming out there. And San Fran, all of a sudden, they got less than a minute. They do have 2 ticks, but yikes. Vancouver did use a lot in that fight. San Francisco is going to have the grav shatter, and they're going to have a bomb pretty soon. So they got a bunch of offensive ultimates, and Twilight has his ult though, and Slime is also getting close to the barrier. So gonna be tough for San Francisco here. I think if you're a fan watching at this point, this is where you're getting nervous. Like, oh no, this is where Vancouver runs away and takes it 4-1 because they just full held San Fran. If they full hold them 2 maps in a row, they're probably gonna go up 2-1, and then all of a sudden, oh boy, it might get out of hand. But San Francisco did not. They did not fold. They stayed strong. All right, so they're on the high ground. They're waiting for their opportunity to jump down or re-engage. All right, it's coming soon. So he throws out the grav. They get a lot of damage into it, but don't get kills because of Twilight. Alright, so here come all of the ultimates coming out from Vancouver, but Choyobin with a absolutely nasty bomb to get a double. So we're going to see what goes on here. Alright, so here they come. Sinatra doesn't have a ton of energy here, but he wants to get a couple people in a grab, maybe force out a couple ults, or get a couple of kills, either way. So, a couple people have gone down to contest the point. Sinatra is still on the high ground, as Sinatra does. He sees that the D.Va is looking that way. He's probably not going to be able to react in time, so he just throws it down. He's able to hook 2 into it, forces out that ultimate from Twilight. Super goes really low here. He gets knocked back, which actually saves his life. Janu throws out his ultimate, because he knows that they're all kind of bunched up here, and Super's kind of frazzled and taking damage, and maybe you're able to get some kills out of it. Super shatters Twilight and Hacksaw, so that's a nice shatter coming out from him. He's also super low. This is where Violet comes in with the trance, because he knows that Sinatra is really low, Super is really low. He wants to save them. So here he comes. Sinatra's able to get out the bomb, and as soon as Super hit that shatter, Choyobin has thrown in his D.Va bomb, maybe a second before the shatter came out even, and the Zen and the Brig are not able to get up and try to run away, or if you're Brigida, put up your shield, because they were stunned. They're both going to die to it, and Choyobin also finds Janu, who is trying to remech, so it's an absolutely massive play by Choyobin, set up by Super. And all of a sudden, there's 3 dead, and it's over. Bumper's just gonna get shredded. So Minsu and Slime follow. All right. So Twilight goes down immediately to Moth. That's a really nice pick. And all of a sudden, it's a big poke advantage for San Francisco. Hacksaw is going to use the Brig ultimate to kind of counteract that, but Bumper goes super low because he's going in, and he's not able to find the shatter at all. Hacksaw goes down, and all of a sudden, it's a disaster for Vancouver. 2 ticks already coming in for San Fran, and they just don't have numbers, and as long as San Fran's focus fire is good, it takes them a little bit to get Slime. It's a nice shatter by Bumper, but then Super follows up with a couple. Nice trance from Violet there, keeping everyone up. So San Francisco really needed that. That was very important to them. They're all looking pretty happy about that. All right, so 316, pretty solid. Obviously not super fast, but you will obviously take that if you're San Francisco, especially considering how rough of a start they had. So we'll see what their defense brings. Again, mirror matchup. No surprise there. Alright, so Super is not sitting with his shield up. He's waiting around the corner. He takes a couple shots from Slime. San Francisco pretty much just has Sinatra poking at the middle. So here comes Vancouver. We'll see how they collapse onto him. So Vancouver's pretty split right now. Janu gets like pretty far in there, and he goes super low. He needs the orb. So now Bumper's going to be half. Haxel taking some damage as well. Quality went to absolute shit. So Bumper goes down there, and you can see Somansu and Janu are someone else is up top. So as we see this develop, they do get back together. So then they're coming down to contest on points. A Bumper goes down. Somansu's going down on the left. All the guys are they should follow. They don't come down right away. Haxel does go down. Nope, it still doesn't go down with him. Somitsu and Slime get up to the high ground to contest, but all of a sudden you got no bubble for your Reinhardt. You don't have any passive heals or speed to try to get him out, and all of a sudden all of this focus fire is coming in from San Francisco, and Bumper dies. They do trade out Chayobin and Super, though. Violet also looks like he's going low. Yep, he dies. The combo. So, Vancouver does a nice job of punishing that aggression. Shock did move up quite a bit to kill Bumper, and they were able to kind of collapse onto them because Somansu had a bunch of energy. And, yeah, San Francisco had used a lot of their resources earlier and weren't able to heal through it, and they had no support alts. So it's a much faster cap for Vancouver. They got 6.5 minutes for second point. San Francisco, though, they have a bunch of alts. They're about to have pretty much everything except Sound Barrier will be a little bit. And Vancouver did have to invest the Rally and the Graviton. So they know this is probably just going to be an eco push. They do use the Trance to counter Sinatra's Grav. I might have just held on to it and taken the loss that fight. But maybe they think they can force out some more alts. Rascal did pop his Rally. That has now stopped. They'll have that armor for a bit, of course. So 4 alts, and all of a sudden it's looking better for Vancouver. They're doing a really good job at keeping the fight slow. Super goes down, but they do lose Somitsu. That's going to be disastrous for them. It's a nice shatter, but both support ultimates have come out for San Francisco. They did double support ult there, but if you can win the fight, it softens the blow a lot. And they were probably going to lose that fight without it. Rascal does go down. Bumper goes super low, but Twilight counters with another Trance. But now Vancouver, they've used everything. And Bumper and Haxel just get focused down. Twilight does not have the Trance, so the grab from Sinatra is super effective. And as a result, Vancouver faints for now. They're going back to the PC to heal up. It's funny. I don't know if you ever noticed it, but there's a PC in the PC. Pokemon Center, there's a computer PC that you put your Pokemon into. I never really thought of that until now. But anyway, as we can see, Vancouver has used a lot of resources now. They only have the Zarya ult. I think they got a little greedy there. I think you force out the Grav. Okay, you use your Trance to stay alive. That's fine. You go in. They forced Rascal to ult. They forced another couple ults off. But then they really went in for it. And as a result, their resources are gone. All right, Grav comes out, but Violet is there to counter it. So Vancouver, they do have the Shatter. They're gonna have to get a good one. But right now, San Francisco's got 3 coming up on 4 ultimates. Vancouver is only gonna have the 2. 3 once Twilight gets his. It's a really nice flanking shatter, but Moth has a clutch sound barrier to keep everyone alive. Super's still pretty low, but they're able to survive it for now, and that's not good for Vancouver. They've used a support ult. They've used their other support ult. The Graviton does come out. Looks like a little bit of a weird ult from Sinatra there. Bumper does go down. Haxel getting super aggressive. He really wants to kill Super, but he's going to get punished for that aggression by dying. Even though Super dies, that's fine because Vancouver's lost 2, now 3. You cannot win when you're attacking 2 CP when you lose. Even if you trade 1 for 1, it's not good. But they traded 1 for 2, which is very not good. Or they traded 2 for 1, I should say, on Vancouver's side. So all of a sudden, 3 minutes are gone. I think it has been really nice. San Francisco, their support also have been really clutch. They've come in at good times to prevent deaths from gravitons and shatters, but it's been a little sloppy from Vancouver, being totally honest. So they're going to have 3 minutes left. All of a sudden, things are looking pretty good for San Francisco. All right, grab comes out, but there it is. We'll see if they can get the combo. They do get the boop up, but they're not able to get anything out of it. Nice pin by Super to get Bumper out of there, and he's going to die because he can't get the trance heals in time because Twilight was still in the grab. Yep, full out retreat time for Vancouver. There they go. And again, San Francisco, they used 3 alts there. They still got 3. Vancouver's coming up on 3 as well, but they don't have a considerable advantage. They don't have a considerable ult advantage, and that is, it's been a really nice juggling ultimates by San Francisco and not blowing all of them at once. It has been a clinic. Somasu and Twilight are starting to get over 50, but Sinatra and Violet are also doing the same, so definitely not going to be a huge advantage for Vancouver here. They're going to need to hit a nice combo if they want to cap. All right, so the slam comes out, catches a couple. They're able to get Rascal out of it, but the slam also comes out from Super, which forces the ultimate coming out from Slime. Twilight also uses his ult, so Vancouver is winning this fight. Choyobin uses his ultimate. It does catch Somansu, and this is suddenly very winnable now if you're San Fran, because Vancouver's lost a lot of their damage. They burned all their ultimates to get that fight advantage. Rascal does go down. That's a nice pick by Bumper, but it's still looking pretty good for Shock. Yep, Bumper goes down. They trade out Super. Janu is going to use his ultimate, mostly to get his mech back. Violet goes down. Really nice kill by Slime there. And it looks like Vancouver should be able to clean this up. Really nice job by them of getting some kills and focusing fire a lot. Rascal goes down again. He's just coming in and insta-dying. Choyobin on the Wrecking Ball. Grab comes out by Sinatra. It gets nobody. And Super goes down. And yeah, it's just going to be a cleanup now coming in from Vancouver. So, they did a really nice job that fight of, like I said, focusing targets. They focused targets really well. They used their ultimates to get ahead in the fight, and they did not let their foot off the brake. Maybe a little bit of panic coming out from the Shock there. A couple of weird ultimates, but at that point you are kind of in stall mode. It's very hard to come back and contest and win in GOATs, so I can understand why they had troubles. Alright, so Vancouver, they only have a minute. San Francisco has 3.5. So definitely an advantage for San Fran here. Alright, Vancouver's going to speed boost in. Okay, that's really nice. So Vancouver saw what San Francisco did last time. San Francisco played it pretty passively. They had Super standing on one side of the door, and you had Sinatra poking away, getting some energy, and then you had Choyobin in the area as well. And then, of course, you had Violet poking away from long distance. So Vancouver has identified this, and they know that what's really good against this is getting through this choke point really fast. And Super is gonna have to he's gonna have to like jump down, because you see Moth is riding around. Rascal is over here, which is a little odd, but he can drop down easily, so no real problem with that. But if they get in really fast, San Francisco is not grouped together like Vancouver is. Vancouver is an absolute unit right now, all of them. Like, there's 6 players, they may as well be 1. They're all moving together. San Francisco does not have this. We don't see Sinatra right here, but I assume he's like right over here. So San Francisco is not going to be in good. They're not going to be in good shape to counter like pure aggression. And Vancouver identifies this. You're going to see the amp coming out from Slime. So right here. They charge through the point. All of a sudden, you got Moth here, yeah, but look, it's just super. He gets the bubble from Sinatra. Like, okay, that's fine. That can mitigate some damage. But all of a sudden, you got a couple of Vancouver are right here. The rest of them are right here. You see Somansu in the bottom. And they are able to essentially split super from the rest of the team. Like, they're forming a wall. So for Super here, he's just going to get annihilated. You see him go down, and that's a great start from Vancouver. They are going to take a lot of poke from Choyobin and Sinatra, though. And Sinatra is going to get energy because you're just going to have to burn through that that shield to kill Super. It's one of the sacrifices that you have to make. So he goes down right away, but they're not able to get the follow-up damage. And Rascal drops down to help. He dies right afterward. Sinatra's used his bubble, and Sinatra dies. So that's a really nice job of identifying the weakness for San Francisco there by Vancouver. And they say, hey, GOATS is all about sticking together. We're going to stick together, murder your main tank, and then you're SOL. So 45 seconds to attack the last point. Waiting a little bit, waiting for some cooldowns. They try to engage. It's a nice job of San Francisco of kind of isolating them. They do get the kill on Twilight. That's really nice. We're going to go quick take a look at this as well. Because you see Vancouver hesitates a little bit here. They don't want to quite go yet. They're waiting for their Zarya, so here they are. Now they're gonna start walking right here. So here's Moth. Bumper, Hacksaw. Hacksaw gets a shield. It was probably meant for Bumper, but who knows. Comes in from Somansu. So that's a kind of an early bubble, but you know you're going to take some damage when you walk in. So they're all coming in. Moth is the key here. Moth is going to disrupt. Violet is here. He's going to have this sightline so he can get some discords. He can get an orb onto one of these guys to heal him, and he can get some shots in. So the key here is Moth separating them. Boop. So he boops Twilight, Hacksaw, and Somansu, it looks like. He boops them all this way. Slime takes he gets stunned by Rascal here, and he gets hit, so he's going low. Half the team's separated. Bumper's going in here. Bumper's nowhere near his team because they were all supposed to come in here, but because Super and Choyobin come down here, they blocks half of them. Moth gets a great boop to knock him over there, and Sinatra's laying in damage, and Violet's laying in damage from there. So that's an excellent play by San Francisco. That is very, very good. They're isolated. Bumper throws in a fire strike, but wait a minute. Twilight. Oh no. Twilight's right here. He's not a main tank. Or he's like right here. You can't quite see him. He's not a main tank. Axel can't save him. Somansu's bubbling himself, but he's already less than half. And there you go. Twilight gets... Oh, sorry. Twilight was behind even. That's right, because he got booped and then he kind of went over there. Bumper's going to try to charge in, but he dies. They know that that's a full reset. San Francisco getting aggressive here. Hacksaw uses that ultimate to keep everyone alive. That's actually a really nice ultimate. I think he would have died if he hadn't used his rally there. So Vancouver's going to come in with some of their players a little bit more beefy. He doesn't get any of the armor onto Twilight because Twilight had died, so that's a little unfortunate, but they're able to come in and touch. Janu gets the touch. He's going to lose mech instantly, so advantage already for San Francisco. They get the kill on Janu. Violet comes in to save everybody. Alt's coming out from Choyobin. It's not able to pick anybody up. Super shatters, but he doesn't catch anyone. It looked like he should have caught Twilight there. Sinatra and Choyobin get knocked down, and all of a sudden, it's turning for Vancouver. Vancouver's turning this around. The Janu Wrecking Ball is doing a ton here to disrupt them. That's some nice play coming out of him. Choyobin all of a sudden gets super low. He gets isolated. He goes down. Somansu has built another grab before Violet can get his trance, which is absolutely massive. They do lose Janu. Twilight pops his ultimate, but all of a sudden they've made progress. Slime does go down though in the grab. So does Twilight. Great play there from Violet. He's going to pop his trance to keep contesting the point. Sinatra is going to put in some damage on Bumper, and Bumper does go down. Hacksaul's rally is not enough to keep him alive or Bumper. Jano comes in and lays down the ultimate, but that is it. So, it's a nice job by San Francisco to bounce back and prevent the full cap, but Vancouver did get a lot with a minute. Vancouver is going to be happy about that. I'm fighting, I'm fighting losing my voice right now. That's why I'm drinking so much. Also, I think for a couple of fights, I'm going to just I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to let you guys watch how it plays out for a couple of these fights. Don't focus on my voice, just focus on what the teams do here. All right, so that was a long, drawn-out fight, but San Francisco did win it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that a little more. Just have it go. You don't need noise. You don't need anything. Just look. I mean, generally you obviously want to hear game sounds, but in this case, just watch the alts come out. Watch who they're spectating right here, and just kind of analyze it. Think about it critically. Don't just because a lot of people they just like watch something, so they just watch it and they go, okay, they won. But if you're looking at it critically, you're able to see why stuff happens and what's happening, especially because the spectating interface is so much nicer now for Overwatch. You get to see when people are stunned, when people are activating their ultimates, and a whole host of other things. So it is a nice time to be a spectator in Overwatch, honestly. It's still a hard esport to watch, especially for people who aren't as familiar with the game. But I think it is getting easier every day. So, San Francisco here. They are getting close to all their ultimates. Chayobin and Violet use their ultimates to counter the grab and the bomb from Vancouver. Janu is denied the remake. That's a nice focus fire. However, a slam coming out from Bumper makes them able to pick up Rascal. They trade out Hacksaw, though. This is still winnable. Yep, nice charge coming in from Super there. They lose Chayobin's mech, but as long as you keep Sinatra up here, you can win this. Alright, the slam knocks down Somansu, so they are guaranteed the win on it. But Twilight with a great play, not killing Super and getting his trance out. Jano comes out to stall, but he dies. Twilight goes down. Alright, so even without your Reinhardt, you got to engage this if you're San Fran. You got to get aggressive, take somebody else out. So then, alright, Super is almost back to the fight. Haxel goes low, he runs away, and then pops his rally. They're Vancouver getting all bunched up. All comes out. Gets 3 in it. Oh, they lose Super. That is really bad news for San Francisco. I'm actually going to go back and see if I can find what happened to Super there. Because he wasn't in the grav. He wasn't in the grav, but he dies to Twilight. So Twilight's just respawned. Okay, so we're just following Super here. Here he comes. He's getting his ult charge. Oh, he got knocked down. Okay, he got knocked down. He got discorded, and Twilight just smacked him in the head. I don't know what exactly knocked him down. Did Haxel countercharge him? He must have gotten countercharged. So yeah, it's all gone horribly wrong for San Francisco now. And all of a sudden, they're down to 1 fight. They've just used Barrier. They don't have Trance. They have the Grav Bomb combo. That's what they need. They need to hit that. They're also going to have to get back fast. They only got 15 seconds. Violet has just respawned, so they're going to speed their way back in. Rascal still is half. He needs to get topped off as well. Alright, he does get that health back. Choyobin gets the touch, as is standard with Divas. Super goes to half and gets knocked down. Sinatra loses some health. And here comes the grab. Super. Oh, yep. Super shattered everyone. Well, not everybody. But he shattered a bunch of them. That's why you see all the assists there. And yeah, Shock are able to take this map. It was not looking good for them for a while, but a great combo is able to do it. They just needed good focus fire, which they get in the end. High charge Zarya carries the day. And San Fran goes up in the series 2-1. This is going to be a long video. Even longer than the other ones. So Choyobin excited, as he should be, and they go to Dorado. Alright. We're going to go through a couple of these a bit quicker, just so you guys know. I think Dorado and Helios we're going to do a little bit quicker because there's more stuff I want to get to in 6 or 7, but I don't want to burn you guys out or myself out by talking about it too much. So, see if we can just get straight to the action here. Of course, don't want to get too far or it has to render. Alrighty. So, we got San Francisco attacking. They push Titans back. Interesting because Titans did choose to engage it a little bit, but they were very quick to disengage from the start. Some teams don't like to engage until they get to here. Alright, so this is where the real fight is going to break out in earnest. Super going super low. Oh boy, they're probably not going to be able to get... Oh, great plays by Slime, knocking him back into the line of fire, getting a bunch of damage into him, and that is it. Not a good start for San Francisco. They just kind of walked in there haphazardly. Vancouver, it seemed like, had a better plan there. So, it's a nice start coming out from Vancouver. This payload is going to start moving back towards the choke. Vancouver still has the defensive positioning that they want, so it's all good for them right now. Twilight already has that ult, and dink dink, he gets a double headshot onto Violet. That's just nasty. Super's all by himself. Yep, he's going to go down. Everyone else is disengaged. And all of a sudden, you're already down a minute and a half, and you have not really made it past this choke point yet. Yeah, you're going to see the kill coming in from Twilight here. Charging up. Oh, yeah, look at that. Two headies with the Discord on him is enough to crush him. Violet about to get his ultimate, though. Vancouver doing a little bit better on ult advantage. The one thing that's pretty big here is Choyobin is only at 54%. That is not good. Janu is 20 ahead of that, so they're not going to be able to hit the combo that they want to. Violet does use the trance here. He does not want them to lose another fight. Oh, it's a nice charge by Bumper to take Sinatra away. Then the combo comes out, but Janu does not get back in his mech. Rascal gets traded out. I still think San Francisco's in pretty good shape here. Never mind, Super gets collapsed upon. And now it's going to be a 4v4 because Bumper gets traded out as well. Somansu, a ton of energy. Sinatra has the same. But Twilight winning another Zen battle against Violet. Twilight absolutely carrying these last couple maps. When they've won fights, he is a very large part of it. Somansu already getting close to another Graviton Surge. San Francisco They don't have much. They got the bomb, but they're getting pretty close to the graviton and the rally, but not a whole lot to work with here. Vancouver is getting close to their trance and their grav. Bumper also working his way up to another shatter. So, yep, Super goes in a bit too deep. Doesn't have his team with him. He goes down. Rascal loses his life as well, and you're pretty much down to one push territory for San Francisco. Yikes! Very sloppy attack from them. Pretty disappointing coming off a nice map 3 from them, honestly. They have not played particularly well. Definitely looked a bit weaker on the when they have to push a payload. But it's a great eat from Choyobin. Moth is able to get Bumper. The self-destruct combo doesn't get anything, but Rascal gets those kills in the grav. And looks like San Fran will be able to push through. Pretty much be overtime by the time they get to second point. But they will pick up a point, so that's good for them. They had to use 3 ultimates to do it. But Vancouver used 3 as well. Sorry, they used 4. So this is where you think you should be able to swing the momentum if you're San Fran. You're about to have 3 ults. They're only going to have 2, and it's Sound Barrier and Diva Bomb, which don't really combo well together. And you have 2 support ults and a slam. So I think San Fran definitely in better shape in terms of ultimate economy. Sinatra should be able to charge his grab faster than Somansu as well. Shadow coming out from Super, but it does not find anything this time. Slime does go down to Violet, though. It's a great pick, and he used his ultimate as well. Janu throws out his bomb, does not find anything. Bumper goes down, and yeah, it's a nice fight from San Fran. They do have to use the sound barrier, but that's okay. You're getting close to your bomb. You're getting close to your slam again. You're getting close to another rally. You didn't have to use your trance or your grav, so that's all the good news for San Fran. The good news for Vancouver is they were getting like no progress that entire time. Oh, poor slime, dude. Could not quite get out. So, ooh, all right, they engaged on the high ground, but it was better positioning and better togetherness by Vancouver. Forces them back down. Grab comes out. Haxel goes super low, but the trance from Twilight's enough to save him. They need to keep Sinatra up there. It's a nice armor pack from Rascal to do so. Moth has picked up Slime. So, again, really good shape for San Francisco. Rascal has popped that rally, so everyone is all armored up. Look at Violet. He's a beefy boy right now. Bomb comes in to get some space. Does not pick up any kills, though, from Choyobin. Super throws in a shatter, and it gets nothing. And all of a sudden, it's uh-oh time, even though Violet does pick up Slime. But Rascal goes down, and Shock has used a couple ultimates for nothing. Choyobin gets focused down, Super gets focused down, and even though Sinatra's able to get a D-Mech and a kill, it's not going to matter. He uses his grav, because it's basically the last fight. There's only 12 seconds left, but it is not going to be enough follow-up. So, San Francisco kind of threw out their grav, or their bomb and their shatter there. They threw it out kind of haphazardly. Choyobin gets stunned up and is not able to touch point. So, that's a nice defense from Vancouver. They're going to feel good about that. All right. So, again, you can see San Francisco. They're opting to not fight this until they get through the choke point, or get to the choke point, I should say. Which is, like I said, a decent amount of teams do this strategy. I don't really mind it. I mean, you want to take the fight where you have better positioning, and they do here, so it makes more sense. So Vancouver is going to say, screw that, we're going to rotate up top. That's a smart play by them. Most teams will do this because you don't want to fight an upper battle. They do rotate back, though. They get a little bit past the little overhang. So yeah, San Francisco has given up a lot of ground here. Super took a lot of poke damage, so is Sinatra. It's not looking good for San Francisco here. Super going extremely low, and they're not able to keep him up. Violet with the late Transcendence, They don't quite get the DMech on Janu. He almost got DMech'd. Bumper knocks down a couple, which leads to a suicide by Sinatra. Obviously, he right-clicked somebody at point-blank range. Moth is going to fall, and it's going to be an easy first cap by Vancouver. They're going to have 5 minutes to get it to the end, essentially, of second point. They're not able to get any long staggers out of that, but they're going to be okay with it because they have a lot of time to work with. They're going to get that payload rolling without an early contest from San Francisco, like Vancouver had, so that's good news for them as well. And they have 2 support alts and the Grav Bomb combo. So San Francisco is getting close to a lot of ultimates here. But again, yeah, they're getting handily beat in the poke battle. Twilight counters the Grav. Nice kill by Violet onto Hexal. Both of the Gravs come out, or both the bombs come out. You trade Janu for Sinatra. Violet has used another Graviton. Bumper super low. Twilight goes down, so it's going to be a win in this fight for San Francisco. They did have to use 4 alts. Vancouver used 3 themselves, so decently even, but I'd say Vancouver, they're getting close to 3 ultimates. Shaq only have 2, so it's a slight advantage for Vancouver. Shaq is going to back up a little bit and give them some free push. I don't really agree with that call. They just gave him about 20 meters, so it's going to be, they're at 54, 55, they're coming up on 60. Rascal goes down. Shatter comes out from Super, but it's not going to be enough. Slime drops the beat, and they're barely going to be able to recontest this now. It's less than 30 meters away. Sinatra's super low. Choyobin getting low. Sinatra's going to go down, and it's pretty much over for San Fran. Choyobin's also going to lose his mech. That was disastrous. It looked like they didn't know what they were doing on the defense for an escort. They did not look good with the payload. Easy cleanup coming out for the Grav, and it's an easy win on this point, or on this map for Vancouver. Vancouver looking pretty pumped about that one. I think they were feeling pretty. I think they were a little scared after going down 2-1. But one thing that I have noticed: the 2 maps that San Francisco won were very close. The 2 maps that Vancouver won were not close. That is definitely one thing to note. The lovely Mr. X and Uber, 2 excellent casters. Glad that they got to do this grand finals. Alrighty, so Ilios, something where we might see something that isn't goats. Alright, so 5 seconds for the attack. It looks like on this point, yeah, you see it most of the time. You see the mirror matchup, goats. The other 2 maps, and especially Well, is where it can get a little more wacky. So it's important for each team to get this first win. So San Fran goes to the high ground. Don't really know why they go to the high ground, because you know you're going to have to come down to the low ground anyway. Super taking a ton of poke, but Moth gets a great boop onto Twilight. That's going to open it up for San Fran. They're going to come in and contest this, but they still take a ton of poke damage. It's a really fat fire strike by Bumper, but it does not matter because they don't have their Discord. San Francisco has their Discord, and they're going to lose everyone because of it. So, first cap going to San Francisco. And here he comes. Yep. Boop. That's a nice play. Nice play by Moth. Like I said, super underrated player. People talk about Sinatra, people talk about Violet, people talk about Super, Rascal, the other stars, the stars of this team, but man, does Moth carry the load. And he puts this team on his back sometimes, which you will see a little bit later on. Bumper taking a ton of poke damage. Rascal also took a lot. That's a very ugly engage coming out from Vancouver there. The counter charge comes out and Bumper gets annihilated. So extremely good start for San Francisco. They have every ult except for Bomb, and they're getting pretty close. Vancouver also making their way to the full 6, but they are a little bit behind. So, I mean, it's hard to think up a much better start for San Francisco. Already halfway to 100. But of course, it's not over yet. Rascal gets solo grabbed. He does go down. Sinatra's grab gets eaten by Janu, and all of a sudden, here we go. Everyone's going to be super healthy because of the transfer Twilight. San Francisco losing members. They do use a couple ultimates. They get a kill out of Chayobin's bomb, but that's not going to be enough. Moth uses the sound barrier a bit late. Only gets a couple people with it. Violet gets knocked off the edge. And all of a sudden, you're San Francisco, and you've used all 6 of your ultimates, and you've lost the fight. Sinatra nearly did make his way to another Graviton, but you got nothing else. Violet's halfway to his ult, otherwise 29, 24, 14, 10. Not great. Vancouver about to come up on 5 ultimates, so even though you're up 85% for shock, Vancouver's probably going to get close to that. So they're going to engage with the only ultimate they have. They engage with that grab. They force out the Transcendence. Bumper and Somatsu also use their ultimates, so this is good. And Jen uses his ultimate. This is good if you're San Fran. Violet now has his ultimate, and you're making your way a lot closer to your Shatter and your Bomb. Your Beat is coming along as well. So, and Vancouver, as you can see, they've used 4, so they're at less than 20 on 4 of their ultimates. They do have the rally still and the barrier, but you've already gone a long way to flipping the ult economy. All right, early trance comes out from Violet. They're going to get aggressive, but the sound barrier denies any kills from it. Haxel also uses his ultimate, so Vancouver is not going to fall to that. And then Somansu did a really, really nice job of generating percentage, and he's going to have a grab. And no support ult for Shock. They put out the Shatter. This time it only gets 1. Trading out 2 for 2. It's a 4v4. Chayobin gets demeched, but he gets the Graviton there. Wow, and that's a great job of flipping it by San Francisco. They will win that fight. And Vancouver's going to have to come back fast, and they do not have any ultimates. They're close to 2 support ults, but Sinatra can just grab them right as they're coming in, and Twilight might not be able to get that trance off. He's at 80. Would be close. These guys generate their ults super, super quick. So 19% is nothing. Janu touches point, but he loses his mech for it. There comes the grab. It kills Haxall. They kill Twilight before he gets anything. So yeah, it's all over. San Francisco will take this first one. And there you go. San Francisco fans, happy as can be. All right. So, Ruins, a lot of the time you see Ryan v. Ryan here as well. And that is what we're going to see. Top-down view. Teams come down for pretty much the exact same way. Super losing a little bit more health than Bumper is, so the poke battle is going a little bit better for Vancouver. Again, in these mirror matchups, whoever caps first point is in such better shape than the other team. Vancouver's going to get the progress first, but then they lose Bumper. Chayobin goes super low, though. Janu also goes low. And, yeah, this is going to be a loss for Vancouver. Janu dies fully, and it's going to be an early cap for San Fran. So they were losing the poke battle first, but they wrapped around. They got their health back. They came back. Bumper went in super deep, and they were able to punish it. Good start for San Fran. Violet deletes Twilight. It looked like he deleted him. And that's gonna give him another 10-15%. They're going to have to just wait for the respawn. Twilight does have his ultimate, as does Violet. We're going to watch another one silently, so look for what each team does here. All right, so Vancouver did eventually take that fight. It was a very long one. I mean, they really lost the fight before and then recontested. They're gonna have to get the last 100%. So that, not like the last little engagement there, but the one before that was crazy. Lots of grabs, lots of bombs coming out. Super back and forth. The last one was back and forth a bit too, but Vancouver was always a bit ahead. So I mean, if you're San Fran now, you gotta win one fight. You gotta get those supers up. But as I say, super goes down. Sorry, this isn't Destiny. Their ultimates. They gotta get their ultimates up. Yeah, they push into spawn, kill everyone, and all of a sudden they're already at 40%. So Titans retaining 3 ultimates. They're also getting close to 2 more. So a little bit of worry time now for San Fran. That was a very last fight was just a very haphazard engage. Super was up a bit more. The rest of his team was kind of back, not doing much, and he got crushed because of it. I don't know who miscommunicated that, but it was not great. Super goes low again. Early trance coming out again from Violet. Lots of early trances, it seems. You know Sumansu's got that grab. Chobin's not able to eat it. There's the bomb from Janu just sitting there. It's not going to be able to pick up anything. But Bumper super low. Okay, they do get the nice trance coming out there, which keeps him alive. Super goes in aggressive to try to kill Bumper, but he dies instead. And all of a sudden, look at that. Vancouver is going to come back from 99-0 to win it. Yikes. Very bad re-engages by San Francisco there. They seemed like they were like, oh, we just got to win one fight. We'll just kind of walk in and we'll eventually win. And it didn't really work. They didn't really do much to gather ultimates or flip the ult advantage towards their favor, because ever since that first cap, Vancouver had all of the momentum in the world. So, as you can see, we can get a little bit of wacky stuff coming out on Well. Vancouver going to run that Orisa with the McCree. Still 3 supports, and then San Francisco going over to the Winston Goats. Alright, so it's going to be very hard for Winston to jump onto this comp because they have Orisa, and they have multiple stuns. There comes the stun, Super goes super low, and he gets taken out. Yeah, I don't understand the playing Winston Goats into Orisa. I really don't. I don't see what value it brings to you. And yeah, San Francisco, they're gonna get cleaned up. Early cap is very good for Vancouver, especially with this composition. Now they don't have to switch over and reset their alt economy. Super's only at 33%. He wasn't able to really jump in and get some good percentage because, like I said, you're going to get shot. You're going to get halted by the Orisa. You're going to get stunned by the McCree. He's gonna fan the hammer all over your face. You're going to get stunned by the Brig. Yeah, here it comes again. He goes super, super low. Sorry, I say super low for everyone. It's not just him. It's not. It's a totally unintentional pun, and everyone gets thrown into the well. Somazu does get booped by Moth. This is a nice boop by him, but then he goes down as well. San Francisco also was able to flip the point, which is really nice. So they get 17%. So instead of it being like 43 to 0 right now, San Francisco does have a little bit of the point. But if they don't get their engages down a little bit better, then it's not going to matter. It's going to be 100 to 17. All right, so here comes Super. He's creeping up, still at 79%. He just has not been able to get any energy. High jump coming down onto the Orisa. That's a nice. Yep, he just goes down again. Flashbang, fan the hammer. It's just absolutely devastating with the amount of damage McCree can put out. So if San Francisco can get the point, then their comp is nice for playing against Vancouver's, but they cannot get a clean engage to get a pick, and because of that, Vancouver's able to just burn down their tanks. This freaking chair, dude. I really need to reattach to that wheel. All right. Vancouver, this is last fight territory now. Good news for Shock, they have 5 ultimates. Bad news for Shock, Vancouver has 4. We'll see if they get anything with the Deadeye here. Alright, the stun comes out, and they're going to D-mech Choyobin. Choyobin does use his ultimate, which picks up Slime, so it's a nice one-for-one trade. Twilight's Trance saves the life of Janu's mech and Bumper, but then Bumper gets focused and shredded. That was good focus fire there. Now they're going to be able to take out Twilight. So, yep, alright. So, it is worth it in the end for San Francisco, even though it looked really ugly there for a bit. Now they have the compositional advantage. Vancouver has to switch, and Bumper and Somensu are at 0 coming. So it's a nice little alt advantage for San Francisco. Back to half, so we'll probably be 2 more fights coming out here. Sinatra getting close to that grab. I like the play here by San Francisco. They're playing pretty passively, getting some nice contests, building up their ultimates. They got a huge advantage in terms of the Zarya. Bumper doing a nice job of getting some alt charge, but then Janu going across takes a bunch of fire. Now Vancouver is all of a sudden in trouble in the poke war. It's a great grab coming out. They should be able to get the follow up into it. Yep, it's a little bit late, but they are able to get the follow up. Hexal's his rally does save a couple of lives, but you lose Twilight. Anyway, if you lose Janu here, you're in big trouble. If you lose his mech, Somensu going super low, that would be really bad as well. Sinatra just pounding in the damage to get his ultimate up to 56. Twilight has to use his ult just to re-engage, so it's not looking great for Vancouver. All they have is a grab, but Moth is able to drop the beat. Sinatra's super low, but it's an absolutely massive bomb by Choyobin to pick up Somensu, and that's going to be it. San Francisco's going to go up 3-2 in the series. So, that is the advantage. Vancouver had an advantage at the beginning because of their comp, but when they lost, they had to switch over, and all of a sudden you lose all your momentum, you lose your alt advantage, and that's why San Francisco came out on the Winston Goats. Even though it looked bad at the start, it looked good in the end, and that's all that matters. So, San Francisco moved to match point, but we know obviously from there, it went south for him. This was a match that I saw. I saw most of this map live, and this was kind of where we started seeing a lot of mistakes, just straight up mistakes from San Fran that ended up costing them big time. All right, so they're attacking. Pretty standard stuff here. Again, the Ryan mirror is expected on King's Row for the most part. You did see some teams trying out some weird stuff in the beginning with the Orisa. Somansu goes extremely low, and he is going to die. So it should be an easy first cap from San Francisco. They do lose Violet, though. It's a nice rotation by Vancouver going through the hotel. A bunch of Vancouver going low, though. They're also not touching the point. It's really close. They do come up, and Haxel gets knocked down, but Twilight's trance will save him. Haxel then uses his ult, and all of a sudden you might be able to win this now if you're Vancouver. You got all your team back. The grab comes out though. There's no trance. They don't get the follow up though. They can't follow up on a kill on Haxel or Bumper in that grab. Super is very, very, very low. Alright, trance to get aggressive. They do pick up Bumper, so you should be able to finish this one off. Yep, Somansu goes down. Their two main damage dealers are gone, and that is all. So it's a nice early cap for San Francisco. As you can see, they have a lot of time. Sinatra's already making his way to another grab. This is a disadvantage for Shock, though. Violet's only at 50, and Vancouver is about to have everything. So, if Vancouver knows this, if they're tracking ults well, then they're going to get really aggressive here. Bumper does get really aggressive, he goes low enough that Twilight had to come in and trance to save him. Now the beat's coming in, every ultimate getting thrown in here. Twilight is super low in the back, but they don't notice him, and then they just get crushed. So, Moth, Choyobin, Sinatra, Rascal, Somansu, Haxel, Slime, Twilight, and Janu all use their ultimates in that fight. And whoever wins that fight is going to be in really good shape because both teams are pretty much depleted in ultimates. And this is very good for Vancouver. And now there's already been 30, 40 seconds knocked off of the clock. And like I said, San Francisco doesn't really have fight-winning ultimates. Violet pops a early ultimate, so they can get aggressive, but they don't get aggressive enough. Bumper survives. Oh, nope, jinxed him. He went down. Slime goes down. So it is worth it in the end. Super goes in a little too ham, and all of a sudden Vancouver thinks they can flip this. They come out with 3. They use another ultimate. Sinatra goes extremely low. He goes down. Rascal goes down, and wow, that is a rough one for Shock. That is absolutely rough. You take out Bumper early, you get really aggressive, but you kind of get sloppy, and it's what really costs you. They just, like I said, San Francisco has just gone in haphazardly sometimes, and it really, really screws them. Against a team of Vancouver's caliber, you cannot just walk in. There needs to be a plan. Choyobin goes really low. Haxel gets knocked down, but he survives. Janu and Bumper go down, so it looks like San Fran should be able to push it in now. Vancouver should get another recontest here, but it's going to have to be fast, so a nice little advantage for San Francisco. However, Violet just used that trance. He's at 20. Somansu, he's at 94. Here we go. That's Danger Zone. Twilight using that to make sure everyone's healthy, and Rascal goes down early. It's a nice slam by Super. The bomb comes in. It does pick up Somansu. Haxel falls as well because of the slam. Bumper goes extremely low. Moth comes in around with a nice boop. Slime uses his ultimate because he thinks they can turn it. Violet uses his ultimate because he thinks that there's people that are too low. But hold on. I don't know about that trance there. Look at how low everyone is. Sinatra and Super were getting low, but Bumper was super low, and Janu's mech was super low. You're gonna want to keep that trance. You're not gonna want to use that. And I understand Somitsu just used Grav, but you don't want to throw out trance like that. I don't know. I understand the concept of making sure you win the fight and you really want to get that next checkpoint, but that was a 6v3 with two people that were extremely weak and then a Lucio. So Sinatra uses the Grav to kill Bumper. Vancouver has a nice clean disengage, so they don't lose anybody else. Oh, the stun comes out. Shatter comes out from Super, knocks a couple people down, but they're not able to follow up on the kills. Super is less than half now, and since Bumper's back, they're going to flood out the gates. They kill Moth. Super is not going to survive this. He's really low. Yep, he's gone. The rally is not enough to save him. Violet did not quite get the trance, and even if he had, they probably wouldn't have been able to get the kills there. So it's a nice stand by Vancouver. If San Francisco completed with about 2 minutes, that's a really nice fast time. But because of it, Vancouver is going to be able to buy at least an extra 40 seconds. San Francisco probably not even going to engage until about 150. So nice value from Vancouver, and they'd invested some ultimates in the beginning, but look at them now. They got 4, and they're going to have all 6 soon. Whereas for the shock, they're not quite there yet on a couple of theirs. So the Grav does not get anything from Sinatra. The trance from Twilight is able to save everybody. They can't get a pin on the Brig or anyone like that. A lot of ultimates used, but nobody dies yet. With a minute 20, now San Francisco, you're looking at probably one more push after this. They're going to start to back off. They realize that they don't really have much, but are they going to be able to back away fully? Nice boop away by Rascal onto Bumper. He shatters. He knocks down Sinatra and Violet, I believe. Super's Grav does not, or Shatter does not get anything. Bumper with a nice block. It was a good fire strike to get him low, but Violet, no trance for him. You're going to lose 2 of your players because of that. Moth had just used his barrier, and yep, it's down to one more fight for San Fran, and you just used barrier, you used rally pretty recently, so you're going to have 3 nice ultimates, but you're not going to have everything. For Vancouver, you're getting close to 3. Bumper is also getting pretty close as well. You do not have that Grav list. You're going to have to find another way to win the fight. What you want to do if you don't have... Alright. So Vancouver, they got a defensive ultimate here. They're getting very close to another defensive ultimate. They're going to have their bomb. Essentially, Somitsu has a lot of charge. So he's only at 26%, but he's got a lot of charge. He's a great Zarya, one of the best in the league. He's going to be able to charge that sucker up. So what you want to do, we've seen a history of this with San Francisco. We've seen a history of Violet pressing Q because he sees Super get low. You want to win the poke battle early on and then get really aggro on Super. You force Violet to use your trance. Even if they kind of win that ensuing fight, you will have enough time with the spawns to get a couple of people out. And Somitsu is going to be burning in damage this whole time. Then all of a sudden, we'll see what we've seen before. Violet uses his trance. Then all of a sudden, he's at 10%, and Somitsu's at 80 or 90%. And you're going to have your win condition then of that Grav. So that's how I would play this if I was Vancouver. I don't remember if that's how they played it. Oh yeah, this is what happens. So this was an absolute mess. So Choyobin gets really low. Yep, Choyobin gets really low, and Violet pops his trance to save Choyobin. But Choyobin doesn't know this. He thinks, oh shoot, I'm losing mech. So he pops his ultimate. So you've essentially wasted both of these ultimates. You can't use the Diva Bomb as a combo for the Grav, and Sinatra is throwing out the Grav, and Super's rotating around. So there's Choyobin can only shoot a little bit from his pilot into it, so you don't have the damage. Violet can't discord anyone or shoot because he's in trance. You have no damage coming into this Graviton. Haxel's using his ultimate. You see Twilight and others getting armor. They're going to be nice and beefy, and all of a sudden Somitsu, he's already at 55. Moth is only at 28. You're not going to have any of the big support alts to counter their grav. Absolute disaster for San Francisco. Absolute disaster. Then Janu throws in his ultimate in the hallway. Violet can't get away. You lose your other support. All you have is your Brigida. The rally is not going to do jack shit when you're down your other two supports. Rascal getting burned. Super got burned. Did not get anything with the Shatter. And they just absolutely fell apart. That was a rough sequence. I remember watching that and just thinking, what just happened, San Francisco? So, comedy of errors coming out from their players. And Vancouver's going to feel real good about that. Okay. So, we'll see how Vancouver decides to play the attack here. San Francisco did still get a pretty good push, but they would have really liked to complete. Especially on Kings Row, you do see a decent amount of completions. So they get right onto the point. They get some nice poking on Sinatra. They do keep him alive, but some of those resources are invested. San Francisco did a nice job of burning down Bumper there, so Vancouver had to back off. So it's pretty much null at this point. Either way, Sinatra is way ahead of Somansu on alt charge. Alright, they get super aggressive now. Somansu gets stunned, but he survives. Now Rascal gets super low. He gets kind of caught. Doesn't get in the rotation as quickly as the others. Now all of a sudden, San Francisco are the attackers, and the advantage goes to Vancouver. Rascal went super low again. He's going to get filled up and then use his ultimate to re-engage. But now all of a sudden, Sinatra's super low. He has the Graviton, but Choyobin going low. Super has got the bubble already. Lots of ults coming out here. Bumper knocked down a couple. Super knocking down two with his, but they're in the grab. They can't quite get the follow-up. Violet and Sinatra afterwards get the follow-up. Janu and Bumper not going to survive. So, Vancouver does get 2 ticks, but if you're San Francisco, you win. You win a fight here, and already more than a minute and a half is off the board. So, they're going to be pretty happy about that. San Francisco capped with about 220 as well, so they cap with 230, so they're already ahead. That is something that San Francisco has to feel really good about. Janu gets his mech back, and he does have that bomb. Somansu not close to the Graviton yet. Sinatra getting close to another one himself. Bumper goes super low. Super gets low. Moth comes in with the beat, but then Super gets absolutely mowed down. Rascal popped his ultimate, but it's not going to be enough to save him. And if you're San Fran there, you use 2 ults, and you lose the fight. Fortunately for them, Vancouver used 3. But, yeah, Vancouver getting 4 minutes on the clock to push to next point. They just kind of walked in and manhandled him there. Oh, yeah, that's right. Haxel. Yep, I remember that. I remember that live. Haxel cancels Moth's beat, and Super dies because of it. That's right. Because I remember the beat never came out. It would have hit pretty much everyone, and Super would not have gotten melted there, and the whole fight could have gone very, very differently. But very, very clutch play by Haxel. Haxel has had some really, really nice plays here. So the grabs come in. Actually, I need to go back and point this out. So Somansu goes up top because he knows that's where Sinatra is. So he's starting to burn it down. He solo grabs. Then Sinatra solo grabs him. The Zarias solo grabbed each other. So even though they get Bumper, they lose Sinatra, and Somansu now has Sinatra's preferred spot, and he's able to just rain damage in from above. Again, Violet, you're using ultimate there when you're down 2 people, including your main DPS dealer. I don't know what you're thinking there. You're not going to win that fight, and they've used it for nothing. Somansu is up to 83. So you see what I mean about the pattern of Violet just haphazardly throwing. I've used that word a lot, but that's what it feels like with San Francisco sometimes. They're just not thinking about it. And Violet's like, well, I'll get another trance soon. But, like, you're at 60. He's doing a really good job of charging. Actually, he's at 82. But Somitsu still could have he got the grab off, and you weren't able to do anything about it. And you lose super because of it. You're all split up. Moth goes down. Violet goes down, and they have 350 to get last point. San Fran doesn't have a whole lot to work with. They are getting close to having all 3 support alts, but they're only halfway for all their tank alts. Violet pops the trance. They're going to try to get aggressive off of that. They don't get any kills, though, and super coming off it is low. Great boot by Moth. Gets Bumper. Bumper also invested that Shatter. But all of a sudden, for San Fran, you're down to 1 support alt. Again, you don't have Trance. Somitsu's at 96, 97. See if he can get a good Graviton off here. Rascal goes low, Super goes low. The poke battle definitely going a lot better for Vancouver. Bumper does get taken down a bit, but they're able to keep him up. Vancouver's got all 3 support ultimates, so San Francisco has all 3 of their... oh, yep, there it is. Free Graviton. Oh, it's an absolutely great boop off, though. And then Shatter Bomb, which picks up 2. And Rascal is more than happy to clean out the rest. So 0.74 meters to go. Vancouver still has 2 minutes. They did burn 2 ultimates there, but they still have 3. San Francisco, all they have is the Trance, and they're getting very close to Brig ult. Oh no, the water's getting low, boys. Alright, so Violet has popped his ultimate. He keeps everybody up. Somitsu's up to 50. Bumper's Shatter knocks down Rascal, but it does not kill him. Sinatra goes really, really, really low. They do keep him up. Hacksaw's getting low now. Oh, the beat comes in. Violet charging his ultimate really fast, but Somitsu's going to use his grav. Violet's not there yet, neither is Moth. They don't have the ults for it. Violet does get the kill on Somitsu. That's absolutely massive. They might be able to turn it now. Nope, Rascal goes down. And Violet does get the... Oh, he gets his ultimate and gets booped off immediately by Slime. And, yeah, that'll do it. Oh, it's a great play by Slime there. And here we go. 3-3. That's how Vancouver came back, tied it up, and sent them to Rialto. Wait. Did they not have the video up for Rialto? It's been 3 days. Oh, no. Not like this. Not like this. Oh man, how long is this gonna take to load? We're going so far towards the end. Not that far. Not that far either. That's frustrating. But we get it up at least. Come on. There we go. Okay. Alright, here we go. San Francisco, last map. I think for the future I'll probably split grand finals if they go to 7 maps. Or if they go to 6 even, I'll probably split them into 2 parts because this is very, very long. But it's been fun. This is, like I said, this is a very entertaining match. I'm very happy to watch it again. All right, so Winston goes for defense from Vancouver. See the monkey and the diva jumping down now to get some ultimate charge. Violet goes really low. He's hiding in that little corner there. All right, now the fight's going to come down here. Somansu picks up 2 kills. That's absolutely huge. Sinatra gets Hacksaw, but then Moth comes in with the absolutely massive boop. That's so good. Baiting Slime into there, and he gets the kill. And then watch this. Watch this. All right, so Sinatra and Super died too. They only lost Slime. So this is a 1 fight for Vancouver, all right? San Francisco has to full reset this at about 40 meters. All right, it's just Choyobin and Moth. Look at Moth. Look at him. Oh, wait, Twilight's half. He kills Twilight. And then he gets out. He gets the Brig Pack and gets out. So all of a sudden, if you're Vancouver, your Lucio's just respawned and he's starting to come back, and you just lost your Zen. You can't fight this. You have to leave. So San Francisco lost 4 people. 4 people died in their team, and Vancouver lost 1, and then Moth got a second one, and losing 2 people to 4, San Francisco wins the fight. Absolutely massive. And oh yeah, by the way, Moth got both the kills. So yeah, you see them. They have to back off. And instead of being at 40 meters and having a full reset and having Vancouver set up on the high ground, San Francisco's at 65 meters now, with 1 fight to win before they get the first checkpoint. Janu gets spotted out and knocked low. Bumper uses Primal, but he gets absolutely melted. He does not have much health left. That's like 150 at most. He does end up getting out with his life. Somansu goes down, though, to Violet. That's a nice shot by him. Bumper gets stunned up, and Vancouver should have no business winning this fight. Graviton did not do a whole lot for Sinatra, though. Trance comes out from Violet, but it's a nice disengage. Like, Vancouver's coming back. They got to get the kills. Moth does get the boop kill onto Slime. Janu loses his mech, so it's like, okay, yep, it should be good now. Super throwing in that Shatter just to make sure that they win the fight. There they go. 4.5 minutes to go. Nice start by San Francisco. The Pale is going to get moving early on. And there goes Slime to rejoin his team. He's going to speed them back into the fight. But at this point, San Francisco has already gotten through the bridge. They're getting close to the first corner. Of course, these are the corners of death, the 90 degree angles of death. Early Graviton is really nice from Sinatra. That cart is still slowly moving and moving. Twilight did not have the trance, or no, he did have the trance, but they got grabbed around the corner. So he wouldn't have had a line of sight, and he would not have been able to get the heals onto his whole team. So it's a really nice grab from Sinatra, and they are 1 fight away from getting onto second point really quickly. Choyobin throws in a nice bomb, and it picks up Somansu. Twilight and Slime layer their support ults. Super needs to get healed, though. Alright, he does get the heals, and it's a huge advantage for San Fran. Bumper throws out the Shatter. It is not going to be effective enough. Hacksaw goes really super low. They lose their Diva mech. She throws out the bomb, but she's not going to be able to get back in the mech. And there goes Bumper. They do trade out Sinatra, but Hacksaw goes down. And yeah, this is going to be a 1 fight again for San Francisco. And wow, 4 minutes and 22 seconds for last point is very nice. They had to use a ton of ultimates, but you got the checkpoint, so you're going to be happy. And Vancouver isn't. It's not like Vancouver has all 6 of theirs either. They're getting close. They're getting very close on 1 and pretty close on another 2. So this is, I mean, for pro teams, this is looking like one of the best attacks that you can have on this map at this point. And then, of course, everything changed. So San Francisco. They want to re-engage out of these stairs. Super takes a lot of poke damage. Violet not using the trance because he doesn't quite have it yet, but they don't have the follow-up anyway. Super and Moth get hammered down, though, and it is Bumper picking up those kills. Even though he dies, he's going to be okay with that because they got 4. 4 for 1 trade. Sinatra gets some alt charge. He's up to 62. So for Vancouver, you've used 3 ultimates now. You're going to have your 2 big support ults, and you're getting close to a bomb as well. For San Francisco, you're looking to keep charging up that Graviton. It's 2/3 of the way there. And they also have their 2 other tank alts and a trance. So we'll see if Violet uses his trance early again. Alright. Haxel and Janu went super low. Janu did use his bomb to save himself. Twilight uses the trance. Violet also used the trance. Bumper so low. He doesn't go down though. It's a great job of healing. They get aggressive, but he knocks down Choyobin and Sinatra. He does end up going down, but they lost a lot of health because of that. Oh, Twilight gets a nice heady on Sinatra. Violet and Super traded out. Oh, Choyobin did lose his mech though, so San Francisco does win that fight. They move closer, but Vancouver should be able to get on and stall. Yep, here they come. Here come the tanks. Bumper not going to survive. Somensu uses the grab. He retreats and survives. They get Rascal. Moth, though, picks up 2 huge kills. He falls in return. Haxel goes down. And it could go either way. Janu gets slammed. He gets taken out before the trans can get there. It's just 2 supports on it. Bumper comes charging in. Choyobin gets low, but then there goes the trans for them. And it looks like, yep, they're going to be able to get this win. They get 3 more kills. Haxel back on the emergency Doomfist. He goes really low. And Janu gets blasted off the point by Choyobin self-destruct. And it is a cap for San Francisco. Their fans are pumped. Deservingly so as well. Alright. So, Vancouver attack. Haxel coming out on the Hanzo to get a Sonic Arrow. Out. They wanted to see their comp. He goes back to the Brig. San Francisco chose to not go with the defensive Winston goats like Vancouver did, and a lot of other teams do in here. They instead just said, screw it, we're going to start on the Reinhardt. They are confident in their mirror matchup. So they let him go about 40 meters. Now they're going to contest, but Sinatra gets really low. Sinatra goes down. The positioning is not there. Choyobin's mech gets melted. And all of a sudden, it's only one more fight for Vancouver to get first point. Yikes. Looked like either the team backed up too fast or Sinatra didn't back up fast enough. He was in front of Super's shield, and they paid the price. So they're going to contest just in time. Not an optimal situation for Shock by any means. They do get some focus fire on Janu, but the focus fire on Choyobin's better. He loses his mech. Super goes low. Violet comes in, and he thinks they might be able to turn the fight. He's able to get Super back up to full. Super knocks down Twilight, but nobody else. They're not going to be able to follow that up. Sinatra gets knocked into oblivion by Janu. Super and Rascal follow, and Vancouver has won the fight. They only had to use Brig ult, and she's already back to half. And meanwhile, San Francisco has just used their rally, their trance, and their slam. So, not a good start for San Francisco by any means. And Vancouver making it around the bridge corner with 4:40 left. Alright, so here comes one corner. Bumper drops the shatter, gets absolutely nothing. The grab comes out. Violet does not have his trance. The beat comes down from Moth, though. Super clutch. Another really, really good play by Moth. Super gets burned down. Sinatra falls as well. And there go 3 of them. And they're not... It doesn't look like they're going to be able to come back and contest. And yeah, we thought the San Francisco had a fast time. This is a faster time. Choyobin loses mech, and they're in. So Choyobin probably going to have to go switch. Yep, he switches to Soldier and then back to Diva. So he resets his ultimate. I don't know what it was at before, but they're at 10% and 1% on their combo. Sinatra gets a nice 8% really quick there. He'll be able to build an ult quick, but oh boy, they stun super kill him. The bomb is able to come through and get 2 more, and it's one fight territory now. Yeah, definitely looking at the fastest cap on Rialto in the Overwatch League by far. San Francisco does have 2 of their support ultimates, and they're getting close to a shatter, so they have a chance. But Sominsu does have that grab. Bumper does have a shatter of his own. Here it comes. Alright, nice trance. They get the pin onto Rascal, though. That's a really bad start. He also had used his ultimate. The slam knocks down Choyobin and Sinatra. They are going super low. Yep, Super's going to die. Sinatra's going to die. And that is going to be all. Wow. Yeah, 426. Vancouver absolutely thrilled. And yeah, they should be after that. So, San Fran has a minute to make it pretty far. This is where the first fight is going to be. Titans set a new attack record on Rialto, 3 minutes and 33 seconds. Choyobin losing the mech early. They trade out Janus though. No divas in mech. We'll see. Sinatra's at 65. Somitsu's only at 47 right now, so that's going to be the advantage for San Francisco. They need to get this grab out before the Diva can remech. Janu does remech, so that is too late now. Bumper goes low. They get the nice heals on him. They're so good at healing Bumper. And it's partially because they have a lot of practice because he has a very aggressive playstyle, but their supports are so good at keeping him up. They're just going to keep contesting this. We're now in overtime. San Francisco cannot lose a fight here. Both of the Zarya's about to have a grab. Both Zens already have their ultimate. Super goes low. Is Violet going to pop his ult? He looks like he's not. Super uses his shatter. Nice ultimate from Violet. Moth is going to layer that on top so they can have an advantage here. Twilight gets pinned. Slime's ultimate will not do too much for them. Janu gets demeched by the bomb. And it looks like San Fran should win this fight. Rascal does go down though. Janu gets traded. Bumper goes down, and it will be a 1 fight for Shock. They do get a nice stagger on Sominsu. He doesn't keep his energy, so that's a really nice shot by Violet. But Vancouver will get another recontest here just before next point, and Shock is really going to want this point and some progress because they have to hold for 4.5 minutes. Vancouver does not have their 2 big support ults, but Shock does. They're only at 57 on their grab. They need to charge that up really fast. Violet goes down early to Twilight, and that's just a huge play by Twilight. Once again, Sinatra gets focused down. Super's going to die. They lose Bumper, but it does not matter. It's a 5v3. The grab cleans up 2. It's just Moth. The man can't carry that hard. He can carry, but not that hard. And there you go. They've set their win condition. Vancouver fans going nuts. They got 426 to make it 1 point. They had really long breaks here for some reason. Alright. Can Shock hold for 4.5 minutes? 94.94 meters. Or will Vancouver finish? Here they come. Hacksaw once again going on this scouting Hanzo. Maybe going on Hanzo to see if he could maybe get a pick as well. I think it's more for just scouting with the Sonic Arrow though. Alright, so again, San Francisco not going to contest early. Pretty standard for teams. They're going to get about 40 meters, then they're going to contest around this bend, around this corner, as Rialto is known for its beautiful or terrible corners. Depends on your point of view, I guess. Bumper gets taken down. Was swinging a little bit too much. Super and Shoyobin got a lot of damage though. It's a really nice call by Vancouver to just keep pushing the cart there because they knew all of San Francisco was inside, so they get an extra about 10 meters. Of course, San Francisco will win this fight though. Bumper is now back. It's going to be a full 6v6 fight. Payload starts to move back a little bit, and the engage coming out from here. They shatter Rascal, but the beat comes in from Moth. It's absolutely huge. Slime is only at 50% on his beat, by the way. Moth is a beast. Twilight counters with his trance, but for once, Violet is not the first person to use his trance. San Francisco does disengage. They want a cleaner start to this fight, but now they can't afford to lose a fight anymore. Like, this is it. It's 2 meters away. San Francisco does have a slight alt advantage. Moth gets booped, though. It's absolutely massive by Slime. Grab's coming out. Slime goes down. It's a trade. Somansu goes down. As long as the grab or the bomb isn't huge, they'll be fine. Yep, it's a nice slam by Bumper, but it's not going to be enough. Super counter shatters, knocks down 2. They will get the follow-up kills. Twilight goes down. He does build his ultimate, though. So, Twilight and Slime coming up on their ultimates, but nothing else for Vancouver. San Francisco doesn't have a whole lot, though. They only have the bomb to work with right now. So, it's nervous time for them. Rascal quite a ways out, but he's going to rejoin his team. 2 minutes. Alright, very strong engage, and Super's low, and here comes here comes, Super goes down, the slam is absolutely massive, Choyobin's bomb is all that's left, Moth is the only one left on point, and Vancouver takes it. So they come back, they win it, 4-3, super intense match, you can see the despair on the faces of the Shock. They really just... They didn't come together in the end. The last two maps, we saw minor mistakes. We saw Vancouver really tighten it up, and they're the kings of goats. Like I said, I don't. If you're San Francisco, you got to be sad, but you also have to be very happy that they played very well. They took them all the way to the last map. They were right there. They should be a very strong team moving forward, probably even stronger out of the GOATS meta. But yeah, 2 top-tier teams right here. I don't think they're the 2 best teams. I don't think they'll be the last 2 come season playoffs time. But they're contenders for sure, 100%. Vancouver is still undefeated. This was a very fun game to watch. It was a fun game to break down and analyze. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you are ready for stage 2. I sure am. I'll be making a couple more videos coming up the next couple of days, talking about format stuff for stage 2, maybe meta predictions, team predictions, updated power rankings will also be coming out. So look forward to all of that. Thank you very, very much for watching. This was a very long video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, have yourselves a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.